Please tell me we were not this obnoxious the year we filled in for them.
T-minus 5 seconds till the hip hop remix. 4, 3.
Come on! Remix! Remix! Fa la 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 F-A-L-A, come on!
Hello everyone, we are here to show you some variation on the Welder nihilist I've been playing for some time. Here I'm trying to mix the classic Naya Welder with Goblin Bombardment and what we are calling what is called Pebbles or weeds. Other cute name like that. Anyway, was extended, I think, deck. The main point is to run Kill Sphere, Goblin Bombardment, so few things that are already in our list. And then Renewal, that says that when a creature control dies, it come back to your hand. So it's a small combo when you pebble your opponent to death, sacrificing a shield sphere to Goblin Bombardment, you take it back in your hand, and so on. The variation, the innovation of this deck is that you can achieve the same thing by also having a Curse of Paradise with Danger in the graveyard. It's also infinite, like Shield Sphere, because you can tap it green before sacrifice for Goblin Bombardment and kill them. So yeah, I would say the core deck is the same. As you can see, we have a Parallax Wave as a companion. Plot can be a warship, can be anything. And yeah, obviously one Academy Reactor because now Goblin Bombardment, we have a sack outlet in Goblin Bombardment. Same reason we are playing here 2 Veteran Explorer. I think in the following list I cut them down to 1 for the same reason that it can effectively ramp you 1 mana if you search it, if you have it with the Hardman the same turn. And that's huge. So yeah, it's just the idea. The other things, as always, are very similar to the list I always play. We have 3 Armageddon in the sideboard and trying different approaches to face, I would say. Enchantress, mainly, main problem. And come to this. So, let's see. Let's go up. So, first game was against Mono Black. Yeah, and as you can see, against Mono Black is one of the sorry, I was saying, yeah, against Mono Black is one of the matchup where got Welder, especially G1, and it's amazing. Also, obviously, the power of the latest game Black as point to say. So yeah, here I see. Yeah, we have everything. This was for once good. And yeah, someday later we managed to assemble Welder and Colossus Triskelion. Very easy. From that, and there. Then I will say, yeah, was a good card against them. Thinkerer also. Oh, this is cool. It's cool. So they play Planar Void. and because they lost the game one against Welder, Goblin Welder. Yeah, here Goblin Thinker can. Yeah, they attacked with Mixture Factory, not realizing it was a artifact. And I thought the point of Planar Void is that it's as you can see, it's a trigger. So there is spot where your card is in your graveyard and wants to be eliminated. Okay, uh, where you can do things with Goblin Welder, and I think that's what happened here. Some turns later, as you can see. Here we attack for a bunch, and then, yeah, this moment. Our Void cannot really damage. I mean, obviously, but here we're searching for something else, but at this point, the game is ended. Second game was against Black White. You can see you want usual welder things. I got Wrath of God on my board, Wrath of God, and then yeah, able to redo exactly the same thing, the same attack the turn later. It easily roll this and killing them. After another Wrath of God, yeah, I think I am. I finished my Shield Sphere. As I was saying, it's very important to play at least 2 Shield Spheres in any Welder deck. Very important. Man, Renewal did the job. Oh, this is cool. As always, Control library is usually better. They let me resolve this. Yeah. Now we have not been lucky here. Anyway, without a proper clock or counter and heavy engine of advantage, you can, yeah, everything they play. This was bad. Okay, this was bad, but we managed to win anyway. Yeah. With Goblin Bombardment, this was the only game where I pebbled my opponent to death. Yeah. After uncalling Truth. Yeah. These were the first 2 matches. And then, in the second part of the league, we have turn 3 was against Hot. Okay, we obviously didn't know. His hand has the usual problem, I would say, of needing both green, all 3. Yeah. The World of Fruits are amazing, but obviously, yeah, amazing and also needed. Some copies if you want to be in multiple things in a single turn, or in a single few time, you can. World of Fruits is your answer. So here I thought about going and letting tutor into something like Silver Library. I chose to, yeah, wait a bit. No, probably not. With that start, like go back, I would probably play Big Sylvan Library. It's way more impactful than all the fruits and setting up your following tool. It is true. Uh, Now we can already deploy Academy Rector again. We just start with a fetch, being nothing would be burn without creatures, many things. Not many, but some things. Now it all becomes clearer, but this is where the things becomes interesting. Going to play some destroy a land, etc. This is our follow up to Terravor. This time Rate was was very good for once. Yeah, and at this point when Academy Rector hits the board against that doesn't have Wars to Plowshares or doesn't need to attack like with or Veteran Explorer. It's the same discourse. Now that they cannot avoid attack, they can Cataclysm make that so that the outcome is irrelevant. Let's see, we got a lot to play Silver Library, another one, and then Lightning Tutor in our keep for Ensnaring Breach be very good. Got destroyed soon later. And this is the moment when Academy Rector dies. Have to choose between those things. I went for Parallax Wave. It's defensible option. Yeah, obviously, I took the Goblin. If I took the Renewal, we were not comboing out immediately, but probably winning in 2 turns. Mm-hmm. So we are here. We have shoot everything to that mission factory game. Some time, I guess. Land won't help us do this anyway. Because yes, otherwise we were dead. But I think we will lose now. So but the following follow-up, the following games were much more interesting. Some little things I would say for I had a crypt, a worship, aura shards, gas blessing, goblin thinker. That's it, I think. Okay. Reasonable, I think. It was the big upside on not seen by both. So I tend to you have to adapt what hand do you have, obviously. But if I can, you should obviously avoid playing both. You're not in an aggro deck, you're not going to win by aggroing them. If you can develop your game without it, like in this case, It's perfect, honestly. Not perfect because they have ult, obviously, but they have. If they have their engine, we have our engine. Let's see. Let's see who will win on that. I'm not playing. That's it's obviously that I'm not playing any enchantment removal. Okay, so here our plan is to outrace now the two Terror that as you can see here I'm thinking this is the right moment, but yeah, you have to do it. So you have to min Devourer, etc. Sphere. Wait. Then they flip their to Terravor. After that, yeah, we have already won. Stone Raid is something they killed some land. They're now discovering that they cannot block this Prexon Colossus. And yeah, and then we are going to swap it with Triskelion. G3. G3, that's okay. I have Mulligan this hand. I kept this hand, and with this hand, as I was saying, different from previous game, you don't have any choice. Then have to go on pop. They will almost always have the oath. But as you can see, we have many ways to deal with oath and terror. It's more of a thing of the answer they play than the answer that we play because yeah. And you can see that from this point on, we have it's very survival, obviously. And I usually letting as last resource because it's more flexible. And if you already have option in your hand, you don't need that flexibility. So yeah, we do the same thing. Basically, you can see we'll waste some time. We're gonna do all our things. Goblin Welder, the Lotus Battle, yeah. I know, yeah. This was the game where I made a mistake, and I forgot to pass through. Yeah, I forgot to pass through Angel. But they told me they have another naturalize after the first one, so it was anyway. Okay, thank you. Bad mistake. It was the first loss. Then we are going to wait. Here we are face easy dreadnought, don't you? Yeah. I think this will be okay. A plate just to see something. I usually want to take away Sart against that because you don't have you would be required to have a plan. But at the same time, I think committing too much to a plan and the post-sideboard games, thinking, okay, I'm gonna cut all this because I want. If you don't have enough manipulation, you could route two styles of the game, obviously. Both sides against Dreadnought Exanted Swarm turn 1 is almost unbeatable if you have a hand that can play Magic the Gathering shortly after. So yeah, we did our things, and we were so it was so easy. They stifled something, they did something, but yeah, at some point, this hit, we won. Sorry. Yeah. This one, G3, this is the hand we kept 6. Oh, I will say, yeah, yes, by the back in Goblin Thinkerer. Also because they all played the second two games into, yeah, Rex and Dreadnought, turn 2, on the play, very strong. Here, we had our thing, and yeah, the point of Thinkerer is that, amazing point of Thinkerer is that it's not guys. Thinkerer is something that they cannot win anymore. Game. Like, I don't see a word. I mean, cannot happen. They can just stifle it, turn. Yeah, we won against to Dreadnought. That was it. Then we proceeded to do our things. This is against Mono Blue. Okay, very interesting matchup. Again, no counter, gold fishing. That's we are there. If you are gold fishing, our deck is not obviously not as easy as a pure combo deck to close that game. But if you are not playing contrast, and I can develop my things, yeah, going to do all our things. They're going to intuition us, and at the end for knowledge, play a sapphire medallion. At that point, we're going to attack. They're going to chain of vapor. That doesn't really means anything. This battle mage killed the medallion effectively, skip sending them back to on turn, and yeah, we won the turn after. After, as you can see, after sideboard, you have gas blessing that against deck like that can be very nice. They obviously have other ways to close the game, but they are way much harder to achieve. And I think the point of decks like that is that you're obviously pushing to win G1 when most opponent won't firstly don't know what they are up against until it's too late. And yeah, and then win something between G2 and G3. Having Gas Blessing against Devourer, against other things like that, it's amazing because you almost have a free win. I mean, if they are good player, they can try to play around Gas Blessing, but as I said before, it's not usual. It's not something that they have to take in consideration and have the meaning, time, and resources to play around. So it's not a card that just save you. You have to do other things in the meantime. Yeah, since that was the deck and we were playing a lot of, I brought all the lands that I could find and skip forward to when Armageddon will be enough. Yeah, Winter Army lose some time. I play pretty conservatively here, grabbing Swarm, etc., because I knew that after an Armageddon they have that all come to this. The factor fiction, we don't care. You should play. Or the trigger, maybe they played before the trigger, they could have Chain of Vapor. Anyway, won't change anything probably. We don't know their hand, but they're not playing counters. And we have Blast. That's it. So after that, we are going to cast another Wall of Roots, and with 4 mana, exactly 4 mana. Yeah, we're going to cast Armageddon and win for the 4-1. Yes. Oh yeah. After all this, I tried some other league with different iteration or different mixes, and yeah, there were a lot of P2. Typically, I also thought, and I should, yeah, this was my test. That those were this was a list, an evolution of the list, which I got a tweet two for erotic explosion, too many. But the idea when I'm yeah, erotic explosion and Draco plus Goblin Bombardment to have reach or Shield Sphere because Shield Sphere is amazing, amazing against burn. What is honestly, and you always want the second copy for sure. Your plan is Goblin Welder or something, and the third one is something in some game a necessity. But overall, it's a very good card. It's meta to keep to how can I say help you sustain for the first wave of attacks from Burn, Goblin, and so on. It also enables you to survive, starting land bop, lamb, survival of the fittest. You can immediately, especially against Burn, for example, discuss something, grab a Shield Sphere, Shield Sphere. Lots of damage less against Burn. So important. I would say the Bombardment Rector during Renewal package didn't work. Pebble 2 players, two, 3 games, something like that in the following turns. Nothing amazing. Yeah. So this is the Pebble version with erratic explosion. This is the same version of before without the Pebble part. I mean, I think the best list naya is somewhere between those cards. It's very difficult to say. I'm not searching for it. I don't care about the best version of Naya. I just care about exploring new versions. Yeah, this starts to feel something like very, very strong. Yeah. This one has the big upside of, being more resilient for Sylvan Library, for Survival, for Wall of Roots. So these lot are very good. Mother of Roots are a good card. Even if it's white, be sure to be able to grind out everything. It happens sometimes, a lot sometimes after you hit them one turn with Rex and Colossus and they destroy it. Especially if it's naturalized or something like that, you don't care like at all. If it's sworded away from the game, your deck start to lack a true attacker. 12. either in the main board or in the sideboard. Angel, a Ranged Hermit, something like that, I think. Here the plan is Words of War through Silver Library. Yeah, managed to do that. Yes, I want.